Welcome to Good Mental Health. Myself, Anuradha, I am a psychologist. Today I've come up with a very special episode of World's Mental Health Day. It is a very special day which is being celebrated each year on 10th of October. There is actually a purpose behind celebrating this wonderful day. Why? Because this day is celebrated to raise more and more awareness regarding mental health issues. So I really wanted to tell you that mental health is as important as our physical health. Just like when you have cold or you're going through a fever, right? You go to a doctor to seek some help. So when you have a mental health issue, why do you really stay silent and don't ask for help? The reason very much is that there is a social stigma attached to it. People are still consider mental health as a taboo, which is not a right idea. Many part of the society is being improved by now, and they do come and seek help. Definitely some people want to stay anonymous. That is okay, but seeking help is very much important. Do not brush your mental health issues under the carpet, because it is very important. Imagine in your whole body, right? When there is some problem in any part of your body, you go and ask for help. When it comes to mind, why do you ignore that part of your body? That is also a part of your body and is very important. When it is going through a sad time, or maybe it is stressed, or maybe depressed, or any mental health condition, you really need to seek some professional help that will help you grow better in life. I really want to tell you that an early diagnosis can help you start with the recovery, just even with the first session of counseling and maybe with the therapy. So always consider that mental health is really important as equivalent to physical health. And there is one more thing I want to talk about, that is there are certain myths attached to mental health issues. And today on my special episode of World's Mental Health Day Awareness, I am going to bring up myths and will share some facts. Now let's talk about the various myths one by one. And I am going to share with you the facts, right? The facts which are really meaningful. So the number one myth is that emotional weakness or a personal weakness causes mental illness. But that's not the fact. It is never the reason, right, for mental illness. If a person is emotionally weak or personally weak, that doesn't really give any logical sense to understand that that is the reason for their mental health condition. I really want to tell you that a mental illness is very much caused by the similar factors as the physical health does, right? The factors may be the environmental factors, the biological factors, the genetical factors, and even the lifestyle of a person. So the mental illness is definitely caused by all these factors, and it is just a myth that it is caused due to the emotional or personal weakness of a person. That's not right. And now the next myth is being depressed and sad is similar. I want to tell you that being depressed and sad is not at all similar. Why? Because depression is a serious illness. When a person is going through depression, they are prone to self-harm themselves. They are even prone to commit suicide. So it is that intense and serious illness, and that needs some immediate attention, and that needs some professional help. So never get confused with sadness and depression, and never consider that these two terms are similar. They are not. Sadness is just an emotion that is maybe for weeks, or maybe for days, and maybe sometimes it is for few hours, and that can be taken care of. But depression is a serious illness that needs a professional help that can be taken care with few counseling sessions and maybe some therapeutic sessions. So another myth that there is no cure for mental illness. This is simply a biggest myth that people have. If you think that mental illness has no cure, that's wrong. Counseling and psychotherapies can help person recover even the very first session. right? And I want to tell you that there's every possible solution for mental illness problems, and it can be treated, and it can be treated from the root cause. And every counseling session and psychotherapeutic session brings a lot of change in the person's mental health condition. Maybe some chronic mental illness that requires some medication, but later on they can be put on counseling sessions and on therapeutic sessions. So this is just a myth that it cannot be cured, the mental illness. It definitely can be cured. And let's now talk about the next myth, that is people with mental illness cannot go for work. That's a really popular myth. I want to tell you that there's no logical reason behind it. People with mental illness can definitely work. Whatever their talents are, they do. Mental illness can never be a hindrance for their capacities or capabilities to perform certain works. Maybe when they are going through some particular mental condition, their productivity may be less, right? But that's not a fact that the person with mental illness cannot work. A person maybe who is depressed, maybe sad for certain days, and maybe going through some anxiety issues, they can work. And every condition is different from one another. Maybe in the serious conditions or the chronic mental illness, that requires some kind of attention and maybe a break from work. But when a person is having a mental illness, does not mean that they cannot perform any work or go for work. Let's now talk about another myth, and that is counseling and psychotherapies hardly work, only the medication does. So this is really a biggest myth. I want to tell you it is not a fact, because counseling and therapy definitely does work. And I want to add on here saying that the treatment protocols differ from person to person. Why? Because everyone's condition is different from one another. So in that cases, maybe if a person's condition is really chronic, they may require some medication initially, but later on they can be put on counseling sessions and on therapeutic sessions. And maybe a regular visit to a professional can help them eradicate or eliminate their symptoms, right? So counseling and psychotherapy definitely does work. Let's now talk about another myth, that is mental illness cannot be prevented. So this is really a myth. Mental illness can definitely be prevented, just like as we can prevent the physical health conditions, and wherein we can save ourselves or prevent from any physical illness. So likewise, we can definitely focus on to prevent our mental health conditions too. Psychological condition is very much possible to take care of and to prevent mental illness, and for that you can maintain a really healthy lifestyle. In that there should be a good amount of healthy routine, and wherein you should be indulge in some exercise, self-care, healthy lifestyle, as in you should fuel your body with the right amount of nutrient, which is very much important. A right and a good amount of sleep. Your sleep pattern should be good, and if you sleep well, there is a chance that you can prevent yourself from any kind of a mental illness, right? And if you feel that you are getting sad or depressed, change your lifestyle so that it can really make you stay happy and healthy, and especially with a good mental health, right? So this is very much possible to prevent mental health condition. And I want to add on here that when there is a family history of mental illness, in that cases also you can prevent the mental illness. How? You can simply get the early diagnosis and start with the early treatment. This is the way to prevent the mental illness in such families. So this is all about the Mental Health Awareness Day today. And I hope you really enjoyed the myths I have shared with you and the number of facts which I shared with you. So alright, I shall catch you on my next episode. All stay happy, stay very blessed, most importantly stay safe. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel, Good Mental Health. So see you at my next episode. Bye bye.